Hi, and welcome back to the Daily Takeaway. We're glad to have you, and thank you for the engagement and the interaction that has been going on online. We're going to go through a three-part series based on leadership and three critical stages, or you can even call them levels of leadership, according to a few scriptures here and there in the Bible. So welcome, and I hope that you will be encouraged, and good to see you. The first stage of leadership is self-leadership. You can also call it personal leadership, which is essentially leading the self. So leading your own personality, leading your, if it's me leading Albert and my affairs, leading my thoughts, my beliefs, my values, my morals. And this is the most critical stage of leadership, because it's, think of it as a staircase. Without this critical step, then we're not able to go into other stages of leadership. And one thing, the one thing about leading yourself is that we have to get to a place where we're able to align, one, our thoughts, our behavior, our values, and our beliefs with who we are at our core, who we are at in our soul, and at the basis of the individual. And getting to that point is you realizing that you're a spiritual being having a physical experience. Bible says when Jesus was talking to his disciples, he said, you are in the world, but you're not of this world. And so we have been created spirit, and then have been formed into a body, which is a jar of clay. And so who we are is at the core of who God made us to be. And so by realizing the values and the morals and the beliefs and the thought patterns that we have, and aligning them with who God created us to be, gets us to a place where we're managing ourselves, to a place where we're leading ourselves and our affairs. And once you've been able to lead yourself, you'll then be able to get into the next stage of leadership, because without, even in the book of Proverbs, there's a proverb that says that one who is not able to even manage his own affairs, who can he then lead? Yeah, who can follow him, or who can even give him something to manage if he's not able to manage himself? And so even in Romans chapter 12, it calls for a transformation by the renewing of our minds. So once we're able to renew our minds, then we test and see the great, pleasing, and perfect will of God. And Paul realized that without him leading himself, he wasn't even able to lead the church. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 to 27, and I'll just read verse 26 and 27, he says, therefore, I do not run like a man running aimlessly. I do not fight like a man beating the air. No, I beat my body and make it my slave. So once you're able to beat your body, once you're able to make your body, your thoughts, your mind, the desires of your flesh a slave to you, then you've got into a place where you're able to manage yourself. And even here is where we even find the first sin that, sin of in Genesis chapter 3 that Adam and Eve got into, and even the first temptation that Jesus got into, which is the lust of the flesh. Once we're able to manage and master leading ourselves and even manage the temptations of the flesh, then we can now get into the second stage of leadership, which we'll be talking about in the next video. Be sure to tune in to the next video, and I hope and I pray that we will be like Paul, beating our bodies and making it our slaves, that we will be able to get to a place where we lead and manage our own affairs and ourselves. Be blessed. Have a good week. Haraka.